Do you smoke or use smokeless tobacco? Well, the World Health Organization has just released what it's calling the first ever treatment guideline for tobacco cessation in adults. Let's talk about it. So we already have lots of guidelines on smoking cessation. What I'd say is a little bit different about this guideline is it takes that international perspective, so it also includes guidance on how to help people to quit smokeless tobacco. And that's more popular in other parts of the world, but is another important source of tobacco addiction. When we talk about smokeless tobacco, we're talking about things like chewing tobacco, but also snuff. So dry snuff is sort of dried tobacco leaf that you can sniff through your nose. Wet snuff is those little pouches of tobacco leaf that you put in your mouth and you gradually get the release of nicotine, and that's becoming increasingly popular. So the guideline talks about the importance of counseling. We know that even a very brief intervention, even 30 seconds of your doctor telling you should quit, very effectively reduces quit rates. There are more intensive interventions as well, one-on-one counseling, nurse-led counseling, electronic tools like text messages or emails to remind people to quit. All of those seem to have an effect and are being recommended. And then, of course, they're recommending medications that can help people to quit. So you have the big ones like nicotine replacement therapy, then you have varenicline, which is a tailor-made drug that attaches to the nicotine receptor. You have bupropion, which is a drug that started off as an antidepressant only, and they found that people who were taking it for depression also had an easier time quitting smoking, so they figured out that it affects some of the neurotransmitters in the pathways surrounding addiction, so they rebranded it as a smoking cessation tool as well. And then you have cytosine, and cytosine is something we've talked about before on this channel, which is in Canada and in many parts of the world, actually a natural health product. It comes from a plant, but it also attaches to the nicotine receptor like varenicline and has been shown in multiple trials to be effective for smoking cessation. The report also gives us some scales. So there are 1.25 billion people around the world who are still smoking. Those numbers are going down. About 1 in 3 people used to smoke in 2000. Now it's less than 1 in 5 people around the world. That's good news. About 60% of the people who smoke today say that they want to quit. That's great news. But they tell us that 70% of those people don't have access to the resources they need, whether that's counseling or drugs, depending on which country you live in. So still lots of work to do, but if you're smoking or you're using smokeless tobacco, download this guideline. I think it's a great starting point for a conversation with your physician. Good luck with your quit.